A diversity manager getting caught up in a scam? Imagine my surprise. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a former Facebook quote-unquote diversity manager by the name of Barbara Furlow Smiles, who has pleaded guilty to stealing $4 million using Facebook's name. Now, I am not surprised at all. You're talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, diversity managers, people that bring on other so-called diverse people. These are not real people, okay? They're not really there to actually do work in the company. They are not there to push Facebook or any other company forward. They are there to mark a couple of check marks. Okay, we got a woman, she black, and she's there for diversity reasons. They can't call us racist, okay? Let's bring on some other guys and girls, mostly guys, that are going to come in here and do the actual work. She'll be over there doing pretend work. And that's what happened here. This is not a real person. She got onto Facebook, and it wasn't enough to just get paid a pretty nice salary. If you are working at Facebook in this position as manager in a diversity area, you'll get paid pretty handsomely. But that wasn't enough. You got to go out and steal millions of more dollars like you won't get caught. Like they don't know what you're doing. You think they're going to just let you take that much money in their name and get away with it? Man, please. You will be up under the penitentiary making big rocks to little rocks. Now, we have an article here. This is on the Post Millennial. You see the headline. Former Facebook diversity manager pleads guilty to stealing $4 million from the company. And you see the subhead, Barbara Furlow Smiles was a former global diversity executive for Facebook. So if you have that kind of title, you're getting paid, I would say bare minimum $200,000, bare minimum. And if you guys know more about the corporate world and how these kind of things go, y'all let me know. But that isn't enough. And I believe she was married. So your husband isn't making enough together to live comfortable without having to steal. I never understood that whole thing. Stealing is bad enough, but it's worse when you don't even have a need. Okay, if you're poor, you have no money, and you steal, I'm not saying this right, but I understand why you would do it, because you don't have any money. But if you already have money and you steal, not only are you a thief, which is wrong in general, but you're also a greedy thief, a dumb thief. But let's keep on going. Let's get into the article. A former Facebook diversity program manager entered a guilty plea to defrauding the social media company of over $4 million through a criminal scheme in which she pretended to be conducting business in exchange for kickbacks. And let's pause right here. This is part of what we talk about when we're talking about being shadow banned and some unfair practices. We're dealing with human beings, and sometimes they have the power to be able to do certain things that are going to help you, that can hurt you. And sometimes you might get hurt by these people, and then they may hit you up saying, hey, you know what? I can release that off of your account, but I'm going to need X, Y, and Z. This was a scheme happening with Twitter before Elon took over. Now, when Elon came into the picture, they came up with the whole program of the $8 for the verified, the blue check. And people say, oh, you're just able to buy it. That's not right. But what they didn't understand is that before the $8, there was all kind of scams where people would have to pay $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 for the blue check, and it was only available to certain people, and others, rather than even having the chance to get verified, they were just straight shadow banned and outright banned from the platform. You see, that's kind of how the whole thing goes. There's a lot of, some fraudulent behavior, some unscrupulous, maybe even illegal behavior happening behind the scenes all the time over at Big Tech. But let's continue. Barbara Furlow Smiles, who was a global diversity executive for Facebook, has been accused by the Department of Justice. We're talking about Fed charges, big rocks, little rocks. You're going to the penitentiary, the federal penitentiary. So the DOJ has accused her of defrauding the company to fund a lavish lifestyle spanning from Georgia to California, the New York Post reports. I promise, I don't want to see nothing about no wigs and weave and cars. I better not see it. I better not see it. Let's continue. Motivated by greed, she used her time to orchestrate an elaborate criminal scheme in which fraudulent vendors pay her kickbacks in cash. U.S. Attorney Ryan K. Buchanan said she even involved relatives, friends, and other associates in her crimes. all to fund a lavish lifestyle through fraud rather than hard and honest work. The DOJ said that Furlough Smiles caused Facebook to pay numerous individuals for goods and services never provided to the company. Those individuals included her friends and relatives who would then funnel kickbacks to Furlough Smiles. So maybe you have power to set up like fake vendors and then bill Facebook. So Facebook pays, but really they're not paying for anything other than money to go into somebody's pocket for not actually producing anything. And then Furlough would get kickbacks from that. So that's crazy. You're going to steal from Facebook? Are you dumb? You're going to steal from, how are you going to steal from a big tech giant like Facebook? Like they don't have cybersecurity. Like they don't know what's going on with their money. Like who you think you are? And you work at the company, so they're definitely going to watch you. Furlough Smiles was able to carry out the scheme because she had access to company credit cards, and her role at the company also included improving invoices according to prosecutors. So she'd be the one. Okay, so you see an invoice come across your desk for a particular thing that has to get done. It's all fake. It's fraudulent. You approve it. And Facebook, they pay out because you approved it and you were just getting the money in your pocket and your friends were getting the money too. Anyway, the feds claimed that a number of Furlough Smiles' former interns, her quote unquote university tutor, here we go, the hair out there. I knew the hair was going to be in there. Wigs and weaves. Oh my God. You're going to steal. Listen. You're going to steal from Facebook to get your hair weave? Is your weave worth going to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks? Is it worth it? I don't think so. But hey, maybe that's just me. But let's continue. So former interns, university tutor, a hairstylist, babysitters, nannies were among those who were recruited by the ex-employee to take part in a kickback scam. However, it's unclear if these individuals will be charged for their roles in the case. Additionally, she deceived Facebook into paying over $18,000 to an unidentified preschool and close to $10,000 to an artist who produced specialty portraits. Really? Like, you know what? You know what would be crazy? If I was to go into Miss Furlough Smiles' house and I see a big picture on the wall of her and her husband, maybe she got kids, like typical ghetto stuff. But anyway, let's keep on going. Both of whom did not receive kickbacks. Prosecutors said Furlough Smiles would submit fake expense reports in which she claimed that the individuals were vendors at the company events who had either helped with marketing or provided merchandise. Furlough Smiles led diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI programs at Facebook between 2017 and 2021 and was responsible for developing and executing DEI initiatives, operations, and engagement programs. All fake stuff. All that's fake. It's not even real. You know, like you have a cushy job, getting paid plenty of money to do fake work, but that isn't enough. You want to just be greedy and go get hair weave and all kind of other ridiculous nonsense by stealing from Facebook. How dumb are you? Attorney Buchanan slammed Furlough Smiles, according to the Post, and said that she abused a position of trust as a global diversity executive for Facebook to defraud the company of millions of dollars, ignoring the insidious consequences of undermining the importance of her DEI mission. It's not important. I agree with everything except for that last part. Furlough Smiles, according to the DOJ, defrauded Facebook through a dual-pronged scheme. In addition to submitting fictitious expense reports associated with those transactions, she would pay employees via Venmo and PayPal. Come on, man. You know PayPal going to report straight to the federales. Y'all know that. Y'all know how it goes. They're going to give you 1099 at the end of the year. And then they're going to say, hey, where does money come from? How'd you get all this money? What's going on with that? Can you account for that? Like, they're going to put two and two together. Look, the IRS knows what you spent your money on. Most money is digital, okay? They know where the money's going. All they want to know when you file is, are you going to be honest or not? And are you going to be able to use all the loopholes available to you legally or not? If you don't use them, then that's fine. They keep more money. If you do use them, then they lose, but you're not going to get in trouble. So whatever you do, they know. There's no hiding. You're using Venmo and PayPal. Again, we're not playing with the full debt. You're a few crayons short of an entire 64 account box. You're a few trees short of a forest. Okay, a few fries short of a Happy Meal, but I digress. And these apps, Venmo, PayPal, they were linked to her company credit cards. The associates, the majority of whom were reportedly unaware that the funds originated from Facebook, would return the funds in cash or by account transfer back to Furlough Smiles. The DOJ stated that the cash was occasionally concealed in T-shirts, other forms, or other items prior to delivery. So what you getting? Money in the brown paper bag? You get money in the briefcase? You think they ain't gonna know what's going on? That you're taking out a cash deposit? Come on, man. Furlough Smiles was said to have directed Facebook to consider using businesses owned by her friends in exchange for kickbacks. She would allegedly authorize fraudulent and inflated invoices on behalf of the vendors after Facebook had approved the transactions. The scheduled date for Furlough Smiles sentencing is March 19th, 2024, and they're going to throw the book right at her. They're going to throw the whole book at her. You're going to steal from a big tech giant and get millions of dollars? Are you silly? It's one thing, as I close, to have an accounting error. $1,000, something like that. Okay. $4 million, Venmo, PayPal, paper trail, cash, videotape. You're dumb. But as I close, I want to say this. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, a lot of these programs, it's just not really real programs. And you're not going to get real and serious people, in my humble opinion. So when things like this happen, it's not hard to tell that it was going to happen. You're not really getting a real person in there. If you're really dedicated to your job and you are really about pushing the company forward, you're not going to do things like this. But when you just in there for some woke purpose, just to check a box, you can have this person, that'd be the weakest link in the entire company. And of course, weak links can often sink ships. Luckily, Facebook, they're not, a small fish. They are the big dog. So that money right there ain't nothing, but you're not going to be able to be at Facebook, steal $4 million and get away with it. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here with Miss Furlough Smiles stealing all this money from Facebook, using PayPal, Venmo, cash, putting money in T-shirts, paying off hairstylists, all kind of ridiculous nonsense. People that make the big portraits, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is the consequence of a company trying to be woke, okay, trying to satisfy some woke initiative or narrative, wind up getting stolen from. That's not surprising to me at all. Again, these are not really serious people, in my opinion, and they will be the weakest link in your company, as evidence from this whole situation. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.